The views and opinions expressed on From the Mouths of Madness are that of the panel and not of the Geeks Under the Influence Network or their sponsors, Amazon.com and tpublic.com. Listeners, beware. Coming straight from the Mouths of Madness, I'm one of the hosts, Lowdown. With me, as always, is
F.U. Hunter. What's up, bitches?
Escaping Death Bitches.
Mousetrap bitches.
Mousetrap
Remember
bitches.
that game? Do you remember that game?
Mousetrap,
yeah. That's all. That's all this series is. This fucking Mousetrap. All right.
So tonight we're going to be talking about the Final Destination franchise in lieu of the announcement that they are going to be making a Part 6 that is apparently going to be nothing like the first 5. So we'll see how that goes.
I didn't realize how long the last one. 2011.
11, dude. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So I mean, it's not slated to come out, I think, till sometime 2023, maybe early 2024. So by that point, we're looking at 13 years. If it's 2024, that's a hot minute. Yeah. And back tonight to talk to us about this. Last episode they were on was a franchise episode. We got Emily.
Yep, I just can't stay away from these 5 movie franchises with you guys.
I didn't even realize
Love it.
that.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking about all things Final Destination. There's a lot going on with this series. So how do we want to do this? Do we want to do it? We don't need to do a chronological, do we? From releases? I mean, this franchise isn't that serious.
Yeah.
I mean, it really isn't. Not enough to like go from like Scream 1 to Scream 5, right? I mean, it's not. There's nothing really continuing besides death.
Yeah, because you have the first one, and then all of them except for the 5th one that mentions the first one over and over again. Did you know about Flight 180?
So maybe we should just talk about the first one initially and then kind of jump around. I mean, I'm just because that like one of the things that I really dug about the first one is that I think it was kind of essential to horror in 2000, the turn of the century, because of where horror went. Like, look, we had all those shitty late 90s teen movies, thank you, Scream, that came out with Faculty, fucking disturbing behavior, fucking...
Don't forget about Valentine.
Jennifer's Body. What's that
Valentine.
one? Oh, God, there's another one that's really, 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 really bad, and they all look like low-rent fucking Dawson Creek people. I can't remember it.
I know. I'm thinking about it, but
Bad Moon or Bad Something or Becoming or something. It's fucking...
like The Faculty? No,
I
already
said The Faculty. There's another one. It's like lower rent than that. It's really bad. Anyway...
there was Cherry Falls. Was that one? That was
Falls
like a Brittany Murphy.
That was a Brittany Murphy, and like there's like a evil thing where you say the name Candyman, Bloody Mary ripoff thing, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Darkness Falls. You remember that?
Darkness Falls.
That one actually had a couple moments, and then it just shits the bed.
Yeah.
Like you're like, okay, this concept I can work with. That it's like, and it's the Tooth Fairy. You're like, okay, go fuck yourself. This is stupid now.
Exactly.
Yep. The Tooth Fairy.
The Tooth Fairy.
Ooh.
So we had the turn of the century. Horror wasn't in a great state of affairs. One thing they did do with this film, even though they kept it with the teens, right? I think it didn't get a lot of attention because of that, but it being a younger group of people escaping death, it was like, and then death, but you can't escape death, so death still followed them. I think one of the big things it did for horror was there was like no sense of hope once they realized what was happening, because it wasn't like they knew they could escape death if they outran the dude with a knife. It was more insidious. It was like under your skin kind of stuff.
I feel like the first movie plays like Twilight Zone, like a Twilight Zone episode, and then they started getting a little more with the kills. The rest of the series is just like, we don't give a fuck about how crazy it is that someone saw all this shit. Just wait for the kills.
Well, it plays out like that because this actually was originally written to be an X-Files episode.
Exactly. And the guy, the director, the director of the first one, heavy involved with the X-Files. So it plays exactly like X-Files episode. So
and you can kind of tell because they only went this direction in the first one, where it was like death like erased its tracks.
Yes.
Like when dude hung himself, like the
spooky shadow.
Yeah, right.
See, and here's
weird.
the thing with this entire series is sometimes it's all coincidental. You know, like the gymnastic chick where they turn on the AC, it's shaking, a screw comes out. Okay. But there's other times where all of a sudden screws are just loosening themselves for no fucking reason. Like Death has a fucking like Phillips head or some shit. Like Death's got a Phillips head. He's like, all right, let's just loosen this up. And it irritates the shit out of me. When something as a result of a screw popping out or water. But all of a sudden, when like in the first one, when the dude hangs himself and the water after he hangs himself goes back.
That's what I'm
in
saying.
the
It was
toilet.
like death was hiding its tracks.
I
That was
don't like
annoying.
that.
The only one it does
It's
that
only
on.
the first one.
And also, like that death, like just put your arms down, like just put your hands down.
You've got sides of the bathtub you can push yourself up on.
Like
You
it's
just, it's wet. It's slippery.
Yeah,
No,
it's stupid.
No.
not that
no.
stupid.
And I like the corners, like you could see he was trying to grip it to pull it. I'm like, did you want to tell anybody this? Because they all said he suicided the shit out of himself. Like literally, they find out the corners, like it looks like he was trying to, like, pull the rope out from around his neck. Could you not have given this information to any of the family members or anything like that? Just a random people that walked into the corner office. You're letting us know, but nobody else can know about this shit.
Nobody
All right,
else.
Cool. Yep, suicide.
Yep, just killed himself.
Yeah, I'll tell you a secret. He didn't kill himself. It's like, you could tell the family. That'd kind of be cool, right? Would that be cool?
Notify the family.
Is that corner secret?
Isn't that part of the job description?
And
Legally?
again-
Aren't you supposed to do that?
He has no relation. Just random motherfuckers that walked in there. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna give you a little corner secret. He didn't kill himself.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And I will say, this is the only film as well that seemed to want to frame one of the characters. It seemed like Death wanted to frame Alex the entire fucking movie. He was like, when he goes to the teacher, which by the way, as far as kills go in the first one, like they did not, like no one, like God did not want her to live. Okay. Like, holy shit.
But you know what? If you walk into a house, it's on fire, the person's stabbed. Okay. It's meant to be, don't pull the knife out.
Yeah,
Because
don't pull
later
the
on,
knife out.
Stifler's like, your handprints were on the fucking knife. It's hard to argue
Stifler.
that. It's hard
Yeah.
to argue against that.
Yeah.
Like, I pulled the knife out after she had been stabbed by the falling on her. Like, yeah, we think you murdered her. All right.
Yeah, that's interesting. There's actually like really only cops as like a plot device in 1 and 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 through 4, they were just like, nah, no.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
No, like when they get to 4,
Oh, I guess there is a cop in 2
Yeah.
because he was part of the accident. But
Yeah.
he
That's
true,
wasn't
yeah.
like investigating.
well, no,
it.
they
He
bring
was, like, part of
no,
it.
they bring
Yeah.
everybody that would have gotten killed into the police station, which I'm not sure how that works. Like your witnesses to all these accidents, because remember that's how they figure out is that they brought everybody in
Yeah.
part 2 to talk to them about the accident that they weren't involved in. I don't think that's procedure.
I don't
Yeah.
understand that.
Very strange.
And by
I don't
4, by the
understand
way, they don't give a shit. They're all in the NASCAR race, and I think like hundreds of people died, and they're like, cool. And later on, the characters go back to the site that is literally just you just walk in and like walk
No
around the
police
rubble.
tape, no-
Nothing. They're just like,
Hey, the security guard is there, guys.
Oh,
He
yeah,
is
the
like
security
guarding
guard.
down
Yeah.
the
everything.
shut down, never to be opened again. Fucking
Right.
NASCAR track. All right, I'm here just to make sure there's not any more rubble. I don't like what's his job.
But dude.
Because
I
by the
don't
way,
know.
sucks at it because they made it all the way to the spot that he had the flashback in before he shows up and says, "You're not supposed to be here." Dude, did you not see them walk all the way to that spot?
Yeah. All right. So every fear, for those of listeners who haven't watched all of these films, or maybe haven't watched more than
Which, go watch 5.
Yeah.
Like, if you haven't watched all of the films, like, go watch 5.
Yes.
Don't bother with the rest of them, but like,
Well,
go
for
watch 5.
reference,
For reference 1, but like, go watch 5 because 5 is, I feel like, worth watching. I
They
actually thought you maybe hated me when you asked me to do these.
no.
Because when I watched 3 and 4, I was like, did these
All
guys
right,
not
all right.
like me?
we'll throw this out.
Jeez.
I'll throw this out for the entire franchise. I do not take any of these movies very seriously. I understand they build up a little bit of us knowing the characters. I really don't care.
Oh, yeah,
All I care
yeah.
about is guessing how each person's gonna die.
And like I said,
dude,
it's-
and when you get to like something like part 2, where the kids in the dentist's office, the pigeons are fucking slamming up against the window, the dentist keeps jumping while like the kid looks like he's gonna fucking choke on a fucking like thing that's hanging above
Fish.
there, and you're like, okay, I got this. He's gonna fucking die in the chair, and then he
No.
gets smushed by fucking glass
which
outside.
is one of the best deaths in the entire
But that's what I'm
franchise.
saying.
That was fucking
That's
rad.
why I appreciate the series.
Yeah.
Is they fuck with you and go, they're going to obviously get electrocuted. Nope.
No.
Nope. Break their head gets smashed by weights.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I feel that one of the biggest things that, well, for starters, I will say, and I mentioned this earlier before we were recording, that this is basically the Fast and Furious of horror.
I will.
You take your brain
gladly say
out,
that.
you watch the
100.
fucking movies, you just wait for kills. if you start thinking about it, then that's when you start getting irritated, which we had a previous conversation about recording about that too. So.
Well, I mean, but here's the thing. Like, I get that, and I'm happy with the kills that are in this series, but the kills take up a very small portion of this runtime, and then you have an hour with these characters that are just awful.
Yeah,
like, I
fair
mean,
enough.
just
That is
shit
true.
that
I
you have
do.
to sit through.
I
Fair enough.
marathoned all of them the last few days with my wife, and at some points I'm like, I don't fucking care. Get to the deaths.
Yeah, I at least
And
spread it up
sometimes it
over a few
does
days.
take a while, and you're like, hurry it up. Come on. I don't care about. Look, we all know you're gonna die anyway, so I don't care what you're doing right now. Like so, and I will say this: the nice thing about Part 5 is that you don't have to hear about all the previous movies because Part 5, and this is the really fucking cool twist, takes place prior to the first
It's a
movie.
prequel.
So
Yeah. That's a
unlike
twist.
all the other
Oh.
ones where they go, there's a pattern. I learned this from the guys that survived
From all the news articles
and
from
then,
the previous.
you can intervene, you can do this, and like by the third movie, you're like, "Fuck yes, we know." You're going to reference the news articles on the guys that, and it gets tiresome. So the fifth one, besides being a much better movie, also you don't have to deal with the references because it's pre-Flight 180.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that twist. Like, somehow I missed that news completely.
Because you just expect it till at the very end.
And as soon as they got on that plane, or as soon as it was like 2 weeks later and they were going to Paris and they got on a plane, I like literally shot my hand out at my husband and I was like, oh my God, it's the plane.
So I saw that, but like for me, it was when he looks down his tickets and it says 2000. I was like, holy shit,
Yep.
what? And then Flight 180. I'm like, God damn it,
You're fucked.
this is smart.
And you
This
get
is
to
smart.
see a little more of what happened in the cabin.
From
'cause-
the view, from also the view of the other, passengers.
Yeah.
Because at the other time you're looking at Alex Devon Sawa's character to be like, we're all gonna die, and when the
And
plane crash happens, you only see those characters die.
there's no flashback. You're in it.
You're in it, buddy.
You're melting, dude.
Yeah, that one of the better CGI things, because CGI throughout this entire series is
Which
at times
is
pretty rough.
so weird because most of this is practical effect that then they covered with CGI.
Yeah.
Which is so annoying
Yeah.
because it's like the practical effects, like from the little, like, I watched some little like featurette about it, but I was like, they look pretty good. And
Part
it's
5,
like,
especially, I think, is where they stepped back and said, let's not get so computer crazy. Let's actually.
Yeah.
There are
like
a couple
the-
scenes
like
where
when,
it's definitely like
when Whammy gets nailed with the wrench.
Yeah.
Right. And that was an opportunity. Obviously, that's CGI, him getting hit. But then they show him on the ground with the wrench in his fucking head. Practical effects. It's like, see, that's how you do it.
It's fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm pretty sure the tar was
That was fucking
CGI.
awesome.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure that was CGI though,
they actually had a full like makeup for him for the tar scene.
and they just CGI'd over him.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about with like they like kind of did the CGI over, and because that one was also 3D,
But the 3D was not nearly as bad as the fourth one. The fourth one, the 3D was so fucking intolerable.
All right, I
was.
think we can make a stance right now, and I think we're all in agreement. The fourth one is by far the worst of the entire series.
I agree. I don't know.
I was mad at you for making me watch that.
The fourth one
there was
is a
no
level.
force. There was no.
Fourth one is a level above a sci-fi movie. All right,
Yeah,
it should be on
terrible.
Sci-Fi Network. If it said Sci-Fi Network presents Final Destination 4, I would have said, "Yep, that makes sense," because the acting is atrocious. There's the special effects. It's just terrible.
It's so bad. Like the story makes no sense. Like the fact that they don't even they don't even care enough to really give these characters like names. You just know them by like the cowboy, the mechanic, the racist guy, and his wife.
Yeah.
Oh my!
And the
was he
racist stuff.
racist? I didn't know from him whistling.
Whistling Dixie.
Whistling
While
Dixie.
he has the
Swastika.
swastika tattooed
And the
on there.
SS.
Yeah, and so blatantly, and then driving around with the cross, ready to burn it. You're like, okay, we understand.
We
He's
get it.
racist.
And then they drop a hard N-word in there too.
I
Yeah.
know.
And I was like, cringe.
The
dude.
hard R.
2009?
to Bubba Gump of all people.
I
To
know.
Bubba Gump.
Yep.
I know.
Yeah. Now,
And then they have the weird racist old guy later in the movie who like is berating the Asian medical guy. Where he's like,
Yeah.
oh, you know how many of your kind I killed in Korea? I was like, why?
Yeah, who
yeah.
directed this movie?
Didn't he get he's the one that got the bathtub falling on him, right?
Well,
Piece
he
of
didn't
shit.
get
No,
the
no, no,
bathtub
no, no.
fall
The old
on
man-
him.
No,
he was
the old man
upstairs.
He was the
up
one
there.
in the tub that was overflowing. That's
Well, no,
right.
he was watching the orderly who apparently hospital regulation is you could just leave a tub filling up with water.
Yeah.
And it
He
won't.
caused the.
But no,
Yeah.
right before that, you're right. He's just like, I don't trust your kind. We fought you in Korea. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Let's just we just had the redneck racist guy get
do we need
killed
more than
earlier.
one? Do we need more than one? Oh, it's different because
I
he's
get-
like the Clint Eastwood war vet, right?
But it's unnecessary.
Yeah,
I get that
it
they're
was.
trying to like make these characters hateable because like you ultimately want to see these people die more if you don't like them, but it just felt so overdone in 4
Yeah, it was. And
and 3, honestly.
for me, there were two really big reasons why I think 4 was the worst. Is one, a raceway is not a universal fear.
No.
No one goes. I've never been to a NASCAR race and thought I'm gonna fucking die. Oh my god, these cars come flying out of the
You gotta
fucking
watch
track.
out for those tires.
Oh, dude.
They will
or the
fly.
motor that flies out and crushes you on the stands. Oh, that's totally a thing I gotta look out for.
Yeah.
You know how many crashes happen in NASCAR? It's a pretty high percentage, dude.
Yeah.
It's a pretty high percentage.
Well, but it's also the building because as the crash is happening, also the building was crumbling, like at the same time. It was cracking and the car crashed. So that way,
Yeah, the vibrations from the fucking motors were causing
Yeah.
it to just to start to fall apart. I don't know. Anyway,
And the benches.
and the
also
benches, yeah.
were
oh yeah,
falling
the
apart.
fucking benches that'll stab you in the
It was-
face. You gotta watch
it
out
was
for
the
the benches.
worst intro for any of them. So that's the huge one. Second one, no fucking Tony Todd. There was no Tony Todd in that one. Not even a voice.
Yep.
Yeah, because I was about to say,
There was
and
no-
three,
three, it
you
was
get
a
a
voice.
voice. Yeah.
There was no Tony Todd. I'm like, really? What the fuck?
Even Tony Todd's like, look, I've got standards.
He
I don't know. He was in
allegedly
Tales from the
had-
3.
And
so.
that's what I'm
I
saying
was like,
is, no, he doesn't have standards. That's how
doesn't
bad
have
4 is. He went, I got some shitty sequel of something to do besides this, all right?
He allegedly had a scheduling conflict because of the Transformers movies. when they were doing
Oh,
them.
yeah.
So that's why, allegedly, that's why he wasn't in it.
Is
but
that
I
why
was
he's
like,
in so much of
maybe-
5? Is that his, like, 'cause
Yeah.
he's cameos in most of these, but 5, that motherfucker is at every death scene. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm back again. You're
Yeah,
like,
hey, I'm here.
hey, what's going
He's like
on?
the harbinger of death in that one. I don't know.
Yeah.
What the fuck. But
And they pretty well. And then he's like, you should just, if you kill somebody else, then like your death gets passed over. You get to like pretty much saying you need to murder some motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's like, this is kind of slow. I need y'all to start killing some people, right?
Do you feel like he's kind of just like throwing spaghetti against the wall because he was like,
Yeah.
he was like in this one, which we now know is a prequel. He's like, well, you have to kill somebody else. He was like, well, no, that didn't work. So then in the first one, he's like, death has a design and like you can intervene if you look for the signs. Well, no, that didn't work.
Yeah.
And then in the
Yeah.
second one, he's like, only new life can prevent
He's
death.
just
So
guessing.
he's just guessing at shit at this point.
I will say that one positive I give 4 is that it has one of the funniest kills with the asshole vacuum.
Yeah, but
That shit's
even that you should have had more of a payoff.
That is true.
All you get is what's happening. His organs are coming through his asshole, and then you just get the motor filling up and it's popping out with some organs. You really could have gone all the way with that and made it really fucked up, and you just make it kind of suggestive.
Mm.
Like I don't like yeah. Even something like that, you really could have taken advantage of. And
Oh
you're
yeah,
like, fuck it.
but the thing is, with any of the kills, there's only a few that went like full bore. You know what I mean? Like in that instance, right?
I'm trying to think of what kills are in there. That movie's so.
No, I'm
I
talking
wrote
about 4. I'm
them
not
all
talking about
down.
4. I'm talking about throughout this franchise. Like that potentially could have been the goriest, even over 3's
Oh yeah.
freaking Drive-Thru.
Oh, the head.
Fucking
the
Motorhead, yeah,
Motorhead.
Drive-Thru Motorhead, yeah. That was all. But I was. That's enough of 4. Fuck that movie. There's 2 has I think the second funniest, and that's a dude who fucking his apartment caught on fire. He slipped on the spaghetti,
Which that
and
one-
he fell down the fucking fire escape, only to be impaled
Two
by the fire escape. It's
2
so
is
fucking
where they
stupid.
got it. 2 is where they went, okay, let's have fucking fun. Because they made you guess like 5 different fucking things that's gonna kill that dude. Where he's like, oh, magnet in the microwave, blah blah.
Oh,
Like,
handle
grease
it.
fire,
Disposal?
hand to the They're fucking with you. And I remember the first time I watched it, I went, bravo, because
Yeah.
I have
But that was
no fucking clue
hilarious.
as to how this motherfucker's gonna die. And if you had said falling down and then the ladder impaling him, nope, that wasn't
That
one of
shit
my
was
guesses.
that was so
He didn't
funny.
even get to open his new iMac.
I know, right? That was.
And the funny thing is watching it with my wife. She hadn't seen any of them, so we played the game of how do you think this person's gonna die? And you see all the clues, and I'm like, look, there are no wrong answers because that's the point of the misdirection.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I don't know. And most of the time, she couldn't get like, oh yeah, obviously the ladder's gonna kill him. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, albeit 2 does have my favorite Universal Fear opening, because that's just even before seeing the film, because I didn't see it till way after it came out. Like, I did not watch it in 2003, right? I didn't like getting behind certain vehicles, right? So I already had that, like, fuck this dude. If this shit, because that shit happens. You don't strap it down, you're tired, whatever, you're lazy.
It's the one
what
that
the fuck
I think
ever.
now is referenced. If you are on the highway, you go, nope. You'll change directions referencing Final Destination 2. It's the only time. I'll still go on roller coasters.
I'm signaling and I'm speeding up.
I'll go over bridges.
But 2,
I won't go to NASCAR races, but that has nothing to do with Final Destination 4. I don't have any reason to go to NASCAR races. So.
Even though it had and they really amped up the kills, they try so hard with the story. It's my second worst.
Oh, 2?
Yeah.
See, but for me, the kills make up for it. I just don't care.
No, but see again, this is the movie that literally goes with what Emily said earlier, where there is so much bullshit, convoluted story in between the kills. It's not fucking worth it at that point. And the kills are good. But like I said, I just rather go through and watch all the kills in Final Destination 2, like YouTube clip that someone put together, versus have to deal with that bullshit fucking switching up death thing and fucking pregnancy and all that fucking dumb shit. Fuck that movie.
I'll throw that though. I appreciate they brought Sleepy Eyes back for the second one. She's so protective. She's like, all right, I'm gonna help you out. Fucking die.
Oh wait, no. She's
like
badass that. Working out in the garage. Like, I've been through some shit. I've been in I'm like,
no,
fuck?
but I'm talking
her
about
character makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
From the beginning, she says that her dad dies and her mom left, and magically she has 2 houses that there are no parents at.
Yeah, she just owns 2 houses.
She's just by herself in these 2 houses. Also, that lake house is within running distance
This is of her other house. It's a paddle boat, or it's a canoe trip to the other house.
Who buys houses that close together? Like, your vacation house is like 2 miles down the road?
You can't relax on that part of the lake. But if you go right across the lake, that is a wonderful vacation, right?
And the other thing is, like, they fucking kill our main character off screen with a brick falling.
Yeah,
fuck yourself.
That's a contract dispute, and they
fuck yourself.
You only get a newspaper mention, all right?
But that was so cheap. Like, I hate when movies do that. I don't care what movie it is. I hate that off-screen death shit. Like, it annoys the shit out of me. So but see, they tried so hard with the story there that I'm like, you failed miserably.
So speaking of story, things that drive me crazy in this series. So the way that they escape death, which I'm going to put in quotes because allegedly they die.
They never do.
But okay. So the way that they escape death in 2 is that she takes an ambulance and drives the ambulance directly into the water, only
right next
so
to
she
the
can
hospital.
be an ambulance full of life-saving medical supplies. No big deal there.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
He's left in the ambulance.
Don't worry
that's
about it.
what we
It's
do. Yeah,
fine.
don't worry about it. Yeah.
So she
good.
drives this ambulance into the water so that she can be immediately resuscitated. Alex is resuscitated in the first movie. Like, he gets CPR done to him after he holds on to the electrical cable. So I'm like, I don't understand this. They're just making up the
Also,
rules as they go.
When you drown in a resuscitation, she literally is like, okay, I'm cool now. We can walk out. Like, it's not that you're dead for, had to be at least, 20 minutes? How long?
That's brain death, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're a vegetable.
When they bring her to, she's like, oh, okay, good. I feel so
You're
much better.
a vegetable.
Like, no,
oxygen-deprived
you
brain
don't
does
die
not
like
compute.
that.
Well, allegedly there's extras on the 3rd DVD where both her and the cop who survived the 2nd movie die in a wood chipper accident.
Wait.
That would have been cool.
What?
All right, I want to watch that. I want to watch
I
that.
might need to borrow that from somebody because I watch all of them on HBO Max.
I think it's like a newspaper article.
Really? Couple dies in wood chipper?
Yeah. The mains really
I want to
die.
write that article. I want to be
in
a
annoying
reporter that's
ways.
like, all right, well, let's tell you about the couple that
off-screen
died.
shit for characters that they try to carry over, because they tried so hard with 2 to connect it and make it like that whole true sequel syndrome thing, make it connect to the first one and build off the first one, instead of realizing there's no building off of that shit. Just fucking go. Fucking go.
Honestly, the mains kind of die off screen in all of these because in the third one, we see her death in the premonition, but then at the end, it's just the noises of the train.
Yeah.
And in 4, you get that really annoying X-ray shit.
But
so
at least
really in 5,
saying,
it's
if
the
you
only
saw that
time.
shit in 3D, that would have been fucking awesome.
No.
Yeah, that's them going, check this shit out. Skeletons getting crushed by a vehicle in 3D.
That's the late 2000s bullshit 3D rush. Fuck me.
Honestly, the opening credits and the closing credits are the only good thing in that movie.
Yeah, it's so bad.
But still, part 5 outdoes part 4's opening credits, and that was in 3D.
Mm-hmm.
So
way cooler.
I said, the Final Destination just does so well with utilizing the 3D, where it wasn't all about in the kill scene. Like, they didn't make every kill revolve around something that could pop out. Because really, I felt with the fourth one, what they tried to do with the 3D was they tried to go back in time and just redo Friday the 13th Part 3. See, that gets a pass because it was 83.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get a pass in 2009
where you're popping the cork at the camera.
That's the same thing as a fucking yo-yo in the popcorn. But again, 83, 2009. I mean, I don't give you a pass in 2009. So I will say though, with the car crash, it did lead to some of the best deaths. Like we were talking about this before the episode, Emily, where like the airbag pushed the head onto the PVC pipe, which let her drop the cigarette, which led to dude getting cheese grated with the fucking fence.
It's all, again,
dude,
Mousetrap.
So good.
If you ever played Mousetrap where you set up all this stuff and that's all it is, and you go, I wonder how they're going to die. Nope, I didn't call. Punctured by the airbag, drop the cigarette, goes through the piping, it's not right near there.
It's all the way. So
and
fucking well done.
Barbed wire fence, intact, flying strategically enough to chow somebody in 3 pieces.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. You just go ahead with it.
Yeah, it's just
If you're like, no, that wouldn't fucking happen, that's bullshit, then yes, you should probably not watch these movies because it's
ridiculous.
It's stupid when you think about it, but I'm like, it's kind of funny how he slides in the 3 different ways. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like
fucking Kmart Tommy Lee. Did you not think that? It kind of like Tommy Lee from fucking Motley Crue, but like not all the way. He loved his cocaine.
He did love his cocaine.
Yeah.
Yep, right until the very end.
Right until the very end.
Also, do you think the best friend that goes psycho at the end of 5 kind of looked like Kmart Tom Cruise?
He actually played Tom Cruise in something.
That makes complete sense. Because there's one time
he
he's
really
like,
does.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my, wait, that would seem kind of Tom Cruise like, and he does have kind of the eyebrows and the hair. I was like, is he like trying to be Tom Cruise in this movie?
Yeah. All right, so 4's the one with the final scenes in like the kitchen, right?
No, that's 5.
That is 5? Okay.
Yeah, 4 is the mall movie theater.
Oh, explosion,
where I'm personally upset because they changed it, but the manager gets taken out, and that really bothered me as the manager of the movie theater that they took him out in the first one. But let's just throw this out there. Theaters usually, when they're gonna close screens to refurbish and stuff like that, probably not gonna leave 8 to 9 canisters of highly explosive gas or materials
spontaneously combustible, which is not a thing.
A theater full of people, like one auditorium full of people. Next one, shit that could murder all the people in the neighboring theater.
That's not how that works.
Combustible, sure. Spontaneously combustible, no, not a thing.
It's good. Those sprinkler systems could. No.
Yeah.
God, I hate 4 so much. It's so fucking stupid.
There's a lot of stupid throughout this entire series. I mean, just the amount of things that wouldn't happen in real life or just defy the laws of physics completely, or just, honestly, for me, like, I don't know if you guys want to save this for best worst, but like Terry being hit by the bus in the first one, I still love that death because
I remember watching it the first time. Yeah, and that's kind of sets you up because you're kind of the first dude gets like hung, and you're like, okay, so we'll have these slow buildups. That one, totally caught us off guard.
Yeah, that did get there.
I feel like the first one was really the only one that had jump scares in it too, because you also get like Todd's arm flying off of the gurney in the morgue. Yeah. So it's like those 2 things, I feel like they still made me jump because I forgot about them completely, but I don't remember having any jump scares throughout the rest of the series.
I feel like the rest of them were just about the death, not about
They were still trying to figure it out in the first one, like what to do with all this stuff.
This is why the 2 was so fucking bad, because they just kept trying to figure out Death's rules.
I don't think 2 is, I guess in my opinion, 2 isn't as bad as you are going to rank it.
I think the story in 2 is stupid, but they're all stupid. Like, again, it's like saying that doesn't make any sense for in Fast and Furious, they hire drivers to do whatever.
Yeah, but like
all the Final Destination movies, like the stories are all stupid. Like the first one, it's built up, but 2, 3, and 4, I don't give a shit about anybody. You go ahead, whatever your plan is. I just want to see my mousetrap deaths. It's not till 5 where you're like, okay, I'm actually kind of enjoying the story a little bit enough to be patient with it. But yeah, 2, 3, and 4, I don't care. I don't care. How you gonna kill him? How you gonna kill him? That's all I care about, right?
All right, fair enough. That's just a me thing. Then I'm just like, oh, like
if
I didn't
if one
talk about what 3 was
if one
so...
had 2's plot, then you'd have a problem.
Yeah, I was saying, I think like with 3, that the story went just back to being you cheated death, death's coming for you, and then weird, like just basic ass shit trying to figure out potentially how to not die. But it wasn't, so it went more back.
The clues in 3 though, like let's talk about the most convoluted ass clues.
There's a red blur. They're gonna be on fire.
Yeah.
There's a blurred face. Like
the pictures.
They're all dumb, but like that one, I was like, why? Okay, like wait. Look at the background of this person. There's a sultan with knives or swords. Like, who cares?
Yeah,
because they took all the pictures at the I guess that was a carnival, right?
It was shot at an actual amusement park. So it was shot in Playland in Vancouver, which on top of being a horror nerd, I'm a giant roller coaster nerd.
All right.
Like, I love them. I keep track of my credits. I have traveled to go ride roller coasters. Specifically, when we were in the UK, we drove 8 hours so that I could go ride one ride there.
Wow.
So, I mean, like, that's the level. So, I mean, they did shoot this at an actual amusement park. I don't know if they're trying to make it look more like a carnival for the movie, but like, you're not going to have a 200-foot roller coaster at a carnival
in a small town.
I'm saying.
A small town. McKinley, all their town's budget goes into
that carnival. Well, they make it back triple
school sponsored carnival.
Senior carnival.
Yeah, no, absolutely
senior carnival.
To me,
I wish we could fix the roads, but we got this fucking carnival. Sorry, guys.
We'll fix them when the money comes back from the carnival. How about that?
To me, it seemed more like when an amusement park like shuts down for a particular like event. Like it read more like that to me.
Yeah.
I will say I do appreciate in most of these movies too, where death likes to fuck with people after a while, where they think they've beaten death. And then it's like months later, oh man, we're all good. And then something like Death's like, all right, give him a few months. Give him a few months to kind of just put their guard down a little bit. We'll hit him on a subway or give him a few months. I'll let them get over to France before I fucking kill them. Like Death just, like I'm tired of hearing about it. Yeah.
Death's a dick.
Yeah.
And we lost a pretty rad fucking death scene with the subway scene at the end of 3 to some horrible CGI. When the boyfriend like gets pulled out, but he gets grated along the fucking wall. That could have been so good if it had been practical. That was horrible.
Because it was
CGI.
blinding. It was blinding. His face getting smeared.
Stop.
I literally wrote down in my notes, Death's timing is weird.
Yeah, death timing. That's
because
a dick.
It's like they wait. It's never like it happens right after the big accident happens. It's always like a month later, weeks later, and that's when it starts. And then you get like all these deaths like one right after another, and then it's like 2 months later.
Yeah, 2 months later, 3 months later. Fuck.
Well, no, it's you have the funeral, and then all the characters are, and then the deaths are happening, and it seems like they're within 5 or 6 people are within the span of 48 hours. And then our last characters, they feel like, oh, we figured it out. Death needs this or that. And they did. And then it's like, all right, let them think they're good. All right. Yeah, you should take a trip to Paris. Yeah, just do what you need to. Yeah, I'm not going to do shit. Are you comfortable? Now. And like, so like 48 hours of like 5 to 6 people being killed and then nothing.
Yeah. And with 3, I didn't think that the roller coaster derailment is actually universal fear. I don't think that's why people don't get on roller coasters. Like, I understand why people don't fly in planes. People have a fear of flying. Some people hate the interstate. Like, I work with 2 dudes that even though they live like 40 minutes away, it'd be like 20 minutes to interstate. They drive 40 minutes because they don't drive on the interstate. Roller coasters, the percentage of ones that derail is so much less than plane crashes. Like,
oh, by the way, 3 bugs the shit out of me because I watched it for the first time since I saw it in the theater years ago. So the whole setup with the getting derailed is dude man drops his camera that hits the rail. That's what pulls the air compressor.
It just
The
loops around.
hydraulic.
It just loops around.
But that's what starts the whole process for the most
So
part.
somebody not listening to the rules, bringing some shit onto a fucking roller coaster.
No. But here's the thing. He gets off. Remember? He's a car
Yeah.
guy. So what causes that then? Because his camera is what causes it.
So,
And her sister is the other thing that bugs the shit out of me. You didn't recognize your sister 5 cars up?
not even 5 cars directly in front of them. I wrote down all this stuff in my notes. This stuff drives
Part 3
me
has
crazy.
the laziest shit where it's like, still go derail.
Isn't that like typical James Wan?
I also, just as an aside, I also thought that this was James Wan. It's not. It's James Wong. 2 different dudes.
Yeah.
I totally
It's
thought
not
that
Aquaman.
this was
Oh.
Saw
It's not Aquaman.
guy, and
No.
it's not. It's a totally different
This Wong
dude.
Wan.
made all this prior to Saul and all that. So yeah, 2 different guys. So
Weird, right?
Yeah.
I
thought the
also
same
got
thing.
that
When I looked
confused.
it up, I was like, oh wow, I thought Saul was really his first. Nope, 2 different people.
Holy shit. Okay.
Very similar names.
But yeah, no, 3 just again, the thing that causes it, the guy's not on there. The sister, like you were saying.
Wait, when it actually happens, though, they don't show how it happens. They just show people dying.
Yeah, they
So-
tried to go back and say
Yeah.
that the hydraulic fluid was already leaking
Yeah.
and that the tracks were broken.
So that's how it still happened. Yeah.
Also,
but no, you're right. They
something I
backpedaled.
want to throw out
Yeah.
there is that the timing from the initial time we see the deaths and the actual timing, they always speed up. Like part 2 is my perfect example where they're driving for miles, introducing us to the characters before the log truck shows up. Miles, right?
But it's really not
And
that
then
long, dude. It's really not miles. It's the way they film it.
But I understand. But okay, they're all going. If they're just going 40 miles per hour, right? You're still introduced from when she goes from the yield onto the highway, going on,
Yeah,
introducing
but the thing
characters.
is, they're all traveling in the
When-
same time in the same area. It just seems longer because you bounce from car
when
to
she
car.
stops and the accident, it's like half a mile down there.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean,
it's not
same
that
with
kinda
the
far.
lazy.
plane.
Yeah, it's-
Same with the plane.
Same
like
with the
from
plane.
the time when it takes
Yeah.
off to
Same with the
explodes.
NASCAR. Every
They
one
can
of
still
them.
see
Yeah.
the plane from the airport. Like it's not.
They just
that
had to like
long,
rush.
right?
They had to rush this up. They're like, all right, and then shit happened. And, like,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty sure it took longer than that from the flashback I just saw.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
Yeah. This part 2 is the one that bothers me because it's like right down the road. I'm like, all right.
Okay. I will say though, I think I do have a soft spot for 3 just because Mary Elizabeth Winstead is.
Oh, yes.
Whammy.
I don't know. Like I hadn't seen 3. Like I said, I thought I had seen all of these honestly, and what I realized was I had seen 1 and 2 many times, and then I had seen death scenes from 3 through 5. So when I watched 3, I was like, why is every man in this movie awful? I was because this
Yes.
is when I think they started to try to make you hate the characters.
But oh man, it's got some of my favorite deaths in it though. Personally,
But
for me,
here's the thing. Her boyfriend is kind of douchey. He dies. The other girls, who literally she says, oh, I'm about to break up with this motherfucker, who we get introduced him grabbing her camera and taking a shot under a chick's skirt.
yeah,
He's supposed to be the guy we're cheering for.
Right.
yeah.
Fuck that guy
Yeah.
piece
from the
of shit.
beginning.
Hell no.
It's a piece
Yeah.
of shit. Yeah.
And then
But-
the other guy who, has the hustler necklace and all that, who's just trying to like, nobody is redeemable in part 3 in any way.
Yeah, he's
No.
trying to like Girls Gone Wild on the
Yeah.
what was that guy's name? Joe Francis,
Yeah.
like with his little like camera. And then you have the jock guy who like gets off of the roller coaster and is like, that bitch is just trying to get attention and gets like
Yeah.
really
He
aggressive
does
for
get very
no
aggressive.
reason.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, every dude in this movie
They suck.
sucks.
But it also,
Honestly, the girls
you have-
probably suck a little
well,
bit.
and you
too.
have the 2 girls who are just like, oh my God, we should look good to make everybody feel better at the
fucking-
funeral.
Ashley and Ashlyn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And making them
Yeah.
as ditzy and plastic
It's
as
totally
fucking
not
possible.
hot. Yeah, because they're so
Part
plastic.
3,
It was
they
so
went
gross.
so generic on the characters. Because now, I'm not sure if the football player did he represent that he was a football player by always wearing his jersey wherever he went?
No, it wasn't jersey. It was the
I'm saying
varsity jacket.
No, but when he's at the beginning of the fair, he's wearing that. Then later on, when it gets a little chilly, he puts on the jacket over top of it. He's always wearing his fucking football jersey, so we know he's a football player. And did you know that the couple, they were goth? I didn't know if you know that because they only mention
super,
it.
Yeah.
Well, Hollywood goth.
I know, but they literally everybody part 3 is so generic, man.
Oh, but even Ian, like, I was like, oh, okay, the like goth dude, sure, like the one who knows about physics, and then he fucking is up there shooting birds with a fucking nail gun.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So that leads into one of my favorite deaths of the entire franchise is the nail gun to the back of the head.
That is pretty fucking
That whole
badass.
setup, you think it's going to be the fork truck, it's going to be the falling stakes.
I mean, they're working
or
at
the
Home
saw
Depot.
cutter goes
There's
off.
so,
Dude,
much,
so much
shit. That is where they go, all right, we're
fucking
going to
with
fuck with you for about 10 minutes because everything in the store could fucking kill you.
Yes.
But we're going to wait. We're going to take our time.
And you're going to get like 12 nails to the back of the fucking skull. That was awesome.
Yep.
So good. Yeah. No, I mean, and one of my personal favorites, probably it's definitely in my top 5, is the football player because it was satisfying, and also I love lifting weights, and also he's screaming "fuck death" the entire time, and then it just
and he keeps hitting the swords. You're like, okay, so we all know what head smash because of the weights. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. When you have 90 pounds on either side come down on your head, it's gonna grape. It's a fucking grape. Yeah, and then the drive-through engine block, the drive-through Motorhead was kind of unexpected. I figured just a smash, and then that you die because of impact, because the truck's barreling down at this point. I didn't expect the motor to fly out, still running into the back of, who was also an asshole.
Yeah. All the dudes, I'm
Also
not
an
sad
asshole,
about them dying
and just
in this.
fucking chop off the back. And yeah, that was practical.
Oh.
And the tanning beds.
Part 5. I was
Oh, yeah, the tanning bed's just being cooked like a rotisserie chicken. Fuck.
But I do appreciate the douchebag in part 5 with the acupuncture that he stole from the person that died, just going through their desk. And it's like, they're setting you up with so many different things. And the motherfucker falls and is pulling fucking needles that he landed on out.
Yeah,
and
but he's
like,
killed by Buddha.
Right. But then you have the shit that spilled over. You're like, okay, he's going to burn to death. And nope, killed by Buddha. Like, I appreciate that because, again, you're waiting for him to just get set on fire. He's covered in all that shit.
In 5-2, I know it's a premonition death, but the escalator,
Yep.
like being sucked into the escalator, like I feel like that's one of those like fears where everybody's like, oh, make sure your shoes are tied before you get on the escalator.
That actually is, yeah.
I thought they were going to do more with that. Actually, I would have really liked her to have gone out that way.
I don't know. 5 has my least favorite death.
Is that the eye surgery?
Yes, that's
one?
the eye.
But see,
Oh,
what's
God.
funny about that is that is pretty fucking weak. The eye surgery part's intense, but she just falls. She just trips over the eye from the teddy bear and falls out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't like she just dies falling. That's kind of weak
that-
for this series and the part 5. That's fucking weak as shit. All right.
The actual way she died is weak, but the burning of the eye with the
I remember
fucking laser,
when it started hitting.
I fucking hate the eyeball shit, dude.
Yeah, when
That's
it started
fucking
hitting, I was like, "Oh man, I know Steven loves this part."
Oh, God.
Well, then the other eyeball comes out when she falls and gets run over by a truck.
Yeah. Oh, and the eyeball one with the lawnmower. That was in 4.
Yep.
That was that. Yeah.
Part 5 does have, because I have a thing for broken bones. He has a thing for eyeballs. Part 5 covers both of us because you get the gymnastic girl
Oh,
who
God.
breaks, I don't know what, every bone in her body.
All I know is her feet.
We're touching her
So
ears.
when
Like
I
a
say
full scorpion.
when I say I want feet behind the head, not in that position.
Yeah.
I want the other way.
And I love though that the detective later on is there, and the guy's like, "Dude, this 1 in a million chance that like this shit would happen."
That was the best setup for 5.
Yeah.
Was that whole like leaking HVAC unit, loose screws,
Like
start
everything has to happen.
I mean, yeah.
And again, that's where you don't have death unscrewing screws on its own.
Didn't
and
her
shit
like
that.
spine partly fly out too?
God damn it!
Yeah.
You,
Some
you
shit,
could see her
dude.
elbows or
No, but I
it's-
thought like her literal spine was kind of like
yeah.
out.
No, everything's
like, in her back.
protruding.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
thanks.
Oh, yeah. That's one of the best deaths. Like not just out of personal opinion, but the way Like
The
all the
setup was
setups,
fun.
I feel like all the setups throughout all the films are like the best deaths because they do them so well.
We kept looking
Like
at that
that's where they
screw.
like don't get lazy with. Like we're gonna have this one really really intricate death scene, and that's what we're gonna crush.
But you know that's about to happen. But you're so concerned about that little screw, and the foot keeps almost laying on it.
and that's
you know that's
cinematography.
not gonna probably kill her, but nobody wants to fucking put their foot right on that screw, and that's distracting you
Yeah.
from everything
Everything
else.
else.
As
Yep.
someone who has stepped down on
Ooh.
a sharp object that has gone up into my foot, it is not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see that being fun at all. No, that sounds pretty fucking terrible, actually.
I loved those deaths, but I feel like 5 also had some really lame deaths with like the falling out the window, the shot, the cop just gets shot.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
fucking.
who
and
just
by
gets
the way,
shot in
So
5?
Kmart Tom Cruise is like, I have to kill somebody. So all right, you did it. And he's like, let's just double it up. Like at that point, he's already done what he needed to do. He killed the cop, and he's like, I don't feel good. I need to kill more people. Like, guess what? Now you're not doing this to save your life. You're just trying to murder motherfuckers. Okay?
Yeah,
And now you get a meat trident.
Yeah.
and now they did.
Oh yeah, he got kebabbed or whatever. Like,
They
yeah.
did do the misdirection at the very last scene with the gun heating up.
Yeah.
When he
that's how
he
you
got
know.
he got scared with a chicken rotisserie thing
Yep.
spike. What the fuck?
Meat
yeah.
trident.
Yeah, he got
Meat.
rotisserie.
He got rotisserie. Yeah.
But yeah, I do like that though, because the gun, you're like, okay, so he's gonna be, I fucking did
We all
it.
know
And
what
then-
happens if you heat up bullets.
But it also is,
I
again,
was wondering the same thing. I was like, is
I
this
know,
another
I-
one of these? Like,
I
this
called
isn't
that-
how this works.
I called. I was like, I know Steven's gonna totally hate that fucking scene.
Oh,
Gotta heat up a gun.
it got cherry red. Those things would have went off.
Yeah.
There would have been no cooling it down.
Plus, again, isn't this just death fucking with them? Because it eventually does want to kill them on the flight, but it's like, I'll make you think that you beat me. Yeah, with the
Yeah,
gun.
yeah.
Yeah. And then later on, you go in the plane, I'll fucking kill you.
Death is a crafty bitch.
Yep.
Crafty, you're just a bitch. You're just a bitch. All right. So we kind of ran through pretty much all of them. I can't think of any other kills to really note. There were some pretty bad ones. We kind of mentioned some of those.
Yeah. I mean, I'll still say for me, one of my top ones is kid getting crushed by glass.
Oh, yeah,
It was
that's
I love
fucking
that
so
one.
much
stellar.
fun, and it's so fucked up because the mom's right there. She didn't hear about her son
She
getting
saw
crushed.
it.
by-
She
she
saw
is
it.
fucking there.
And that was that pane of glass was so big and thick and heavy, like it just decimated him.
yeah,
There was like,
I do like also the way the mom gets taken out, and you have the motorcycle dude who's like, "Fuck y'all, this is fucking stupid. I'm getting on the elevator," and then witnesses literally her fucking get decapitated. He's like, "Okay, I fucking believe you now. All right, yeah, we're all fucked." Like
And
it took
then
that.
tries to kill himself and can't. The
Yeah.
gun misfires 6 times in a row
Yeah.
because it's not
it.
his turn.
yeah.
But also in is it 3 or is it 4? It's 4. They get killed out of turn from the premonition to like
Yeah.
when they're in sequence, which also just kills me.
Wait,
I
which
mean
one-
everything.
how did they get killed out of? I'm trying to remember.
So the cowboy should have gotten killed before. I wrote it down. Hang on. The cowboy should have been killed before
The mechanic?
George or before Hunt. Because Hunt and Janet get killed after the cowboy, but Hunt gets disemboweled before the cowboy gets crushed by the tub.
Okay.
And that killed me too. Because I was like, wait a minute. No. That's not the right order.
There was a moment, by the way, of actual acting in part 4 with the mechanic guy when they're talking to him by the fence, and like it caught me off guard because he like is showing like, I'm trying to move past this, and I was like, what are you doing, man?
See,
You're
I was
in a
gonna- that's the
Final
only
Destination.
kill,
Stop,
like-
stop. But there's a moment where he's like, I'm going for my Oscar clip. Dude, you're in a Final Destination movie, man. You do not have to put
Tone
that
it
much
down.
effort.
Tone it
But
down.
I was like, you're trying to actually show compassion and like coming to terms with death and all that. And they're like, no, just watch this. He's gonna, go through the fence. It'll be really
See,
funny.
like because it was so close up, like the 3D doesn't look so bad, but I remember also having dealing and being around like nitrogen tanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
It literally goes off like a rocket.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen one with the tip knocked off.
It'll put you right through that fence, huh?
There's 2,000 pounds of pressure in a full tank of nitrogen. So that when you tip that top, it's gone. That shit goes through cinder block walls.
And see, what they could have done is the effect is fucking terrible. But they should have had the after effect where you just see cubes of him laying all over the place,
Yeah,
and
no.
like they're picking up the cubes of him to
Well, it
put him
didn't
in the
go all the
bag.
way. He didn't go all the way through.
I know, but that's what I wanted. Is that it's a
just
shitty
got-
CGI
He
effect.
just got diamond.
Yeah.
Oh, but you know what it reminded me of? It reminds me of the John Travolta death scene in Broken Arrow when he gets the nuke.
Oh yeah, God, that movie. Oh.
They're equally as bad.
I have
Yeah.
not thought about that movie since the 90s.
Terrible acting.
You've gone mad. Yeah, ain't it cool?
Oh God.
So stupid.
But it just reminds me. It always reminded me of that scene from Broken Arrow. That's all. Such a bad movie.
Yeah.
Oh, Christian Slater. Poor performances from both actors. They were better than that. Yeah. So that pretty much about wraps it up. I don't know if we were all clear on our rankings though. So we'll start with. I'm interested in Emily's. We'll start with Emily.
So 5 is my favorite.
here. Okay.
I the twist ending completely made it for me. I feel like the characters are the most likable throughout the series. Like they actually made you kind of care about these people and what happened to them. Like, and I was actually kind of bummed when they were on this like ill-fated flight.
Yeah.
So
You actually are sad. Yeah.
yeah, so I think 5 is my favorite. I think 2 is maybe my second
Oh,
favorite.
man.
I
Oh,
know.
man.
My
I
list is
know.
getting close. Let's see.
I know
Oh.
because I think 2 is my second favorite because I thought that the death scenes were better than 1, and I thought the writing in 1 was really bad, so that just killed it for me. And the whole last scene just like really bugged me in 1. So oddly enough, 1 is number
The
3
sign.
for me.
The
So
sign and the final kill in France with the sign.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was annoying.
You're fucking dead.
Oh
Yeah.
no, even just like the whole final scene with like the electrical wire to the car and then he told her to get out of the car even before the tank was under the car. It was a whole thing.
Oh,
The
wait.
cops-
And
I forgot that dude, that actor is gonna be at Scares the Care. That's one of the ones.
Yeah.
Because he was in
SLC Punk, the dude with the acid, right?
and no, not Devon Sawa. The main guy who got killed in France, the dark haired dude,
Oh, Connor.
Connor.
Yeah.
And he's because he was also in
Bloody
my Bloody
Valentine.
Valentine remake.
Remake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
the cop in that one. Yeah.
But he's gonna be there. Yeah. So 2, not so.
So yeah, so I'll go 5, 2, 1, 3, 4.
5, 2, 1, 3, 4. Wow. Okay.
That is
nice.
literally my order.
5. Is it?
Yeah, and it because I go 5.
So you're going from best to worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
We've never agreed on anything before.
I know this is weird, but no, I go 5, and then like I said, 2 has my favorite kill. They figured out how not that this is not a serious movie. Let's just elongate the kills. So I go 5, 2. This is where it's debatable. As I'm like, which one, 1 or 3? But I remember watching 1 that first time and the buzzkill, and then watching 3 recently, and that they literally the camera that causes everything wouldn't happen, and I was like, ranking it over it. So I'm putting 1, then 3, and as we all are going to do, fuck 4.
Yeah.
Fucking 4
It's
is
so bad.
atrocious.
Okay. Wow. So
Here we go.
you 2 match. That's okay. So my if we're going, like I said, you guys went from best to worst, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going 3, 5, 1, 2, 4.
Wow, you hate 2 that much.
3
fuck
is
2,
your
dude.
favorite?
Yeah. There's something. Well, it has my favorite kill. 1 has my favorite kill.
I think he's crushing on the final girl. Or
Well, see, I remember seeing that and not knowing who she was really either.
right.
Like the kills in that, I pretty much listed 3 of my favorite from the whole franchise are in that film. Like I said, the engine block to the head, obviously the weightlifting one, because that was just fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
Like, not all the kills are always funny. That one, there's no way you can't laugh at that. Like, there's no way
yeah.
you can't.
No.
Like, you're
He's
laughing.
literally
at that.
talking shit as his head.
Yeah,
is
exactly.
smushed.
It's like you can't. And then the nail gun I thought was just fucking rad. I've used those and like it's just anyway. The only thing, my big problem with 3, but it wasn't enough to turn me. Is like, hey, I don't like roller coasters, but that still didn't fuck with me
Yeah.
because like I said, I don't think that's a fear.
That's
So
what I'm
I thought it was
saying.
kind of like,
I watched the movie and I was never questioning ever going on a roller coaster. I'm like, okay, that's fake as shit.
I've been on a lot of roller coasters that have had accidents, like after they've had accidents.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I mean to the point that I was telling you earlier. I mean, is there a safer roller coaster out there than one that's already had an accident?
because then they learn from that.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
You make
That's true.
They're like next steps and improvements.
Yeah,
and
the one I drove 8 hours to, that one had a really publicized accident.
No, was
where
that the
people like
decapitation?
lost legs
Oh, okay.
and like two of them hit each other. It's called the Smiler. So
Wow.
the Smiler.
oh, it's great too. It definitely like leans into that. Actually, that same park has a Wicker Man themed ride, and there's also a Saw themed ride in the UK also.
No shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
UK likes their theming in their theme park, so
Well, I mean,
We don't
Keys
have
Media
that.
did it one time too when they were owned by Paramount, where
Well, yeah.
the Anaconda was because of Anaconda.
Anaconda.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And remember Italian Job? That was the ride now that doesn't have that
It's
name.
so
it was
bad.
supposed to be Italian Job. Yeah.
yeah, it's a terrible ride also.
It's Watch out for the helicopter that doesn't do anything. It just makes the sound, and then
They don't
you
even
go through
make
a
the
tunnel.
sound effect anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I
They're
wrote
just like
it,
stop
like,
and look at
this
the
season.
helicopter that does nothing.
No, it's not. The helicopter isn't even there. It's literally like it just stops for like 30 seconds in the middle of the ride, and then it just
Look
keeps
around.
going. It's really bad.
they couldn't take out the timing to stop, and just that way it doesn't stop.
But you know what?
No, because that's how the timing of the coaster goes, so you can
but they
run
can't- you
two
can-
at the same time.
A
A lot
I'll
of
say
coasters
this.
run multiple cars at the
If
same
there
time.
was a Final Destination 3 scenario, the roller coaster that I just experienced that with would be at Kings Dominion, the Twisted Timbers, where they literally, you're not allowed to take anything on there. They literally give you lockers because they're like, this bitch is going to throw you the fuck
Well, that's
around.
the newest
So,
one.
Yep.
So actually, there's a reason for that. So the first season, when that ride was open, they had multiple people who got hit in the face by cell phones that would
Damn.
come out of people's pockets because
And
there's a lot
break
of
their fucking
airtime.
nose and shit?
Oh yeah, actually,
That's
the
hybrid
train.
one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the train before us. When my cousin and I went to go ride it, the train before us actually had that happen.
No
so
shit. Like
after
faces
that,
all like Fabio.
literally like
Bird of the
bloody
face.
faced. Yep. And
No
so
shit.
after that, we were like, so maybe we only ride this one in the front.
Yeah.
There's one that I liked in King's Dominion. It was the Grizzly. It's the old wooden
I
one.
fucking love the
Oh.
Grizzly.
So, like, see, but I like that one because it's not about the. So many coasters focus on the first fucking dip, and it's that whole like high, fast down, pit in the stomach thing. The Grizzly doesn't have that. The Grizzly has like actually has like the holy shit, this motherfucker's gonna fall apart.
When you're waiting
which
for
is
it and you can see
not
it
the
move.
same feeling as the height thing, right? I mean, it's a totally different experience.
When was the last time you rode the Grizzly?
Oh God,
It's been
Long
shut
time
down
ago.
when I went.
So I rode it a couple of weeks ago, and like it shook me so hard, not to be like extra graphic, but my boob actually like came out of my bra.
Holy
like that's
shit.
how hard I was being
Wow.
shaken
It's a
on
boob
this
shaker.
ride.
It's a
All
boob
right.
shaker. All right.
Well,
Like,
and put it on my
literally-
list.
When I go, no, next time I go to King's Dominion, I ride the
Steven,
Grizzly. It's like, the boob shaker.
Steven, when are we going to Kings Dominion? Somebody motivated to go see ride the Grizzly a few
Yeah.
times. I don't know.
It's rough as shit
No,
now.
Yeah.
but I'm
like
saying when
that
you're
one
waiting
and
for
the
it,
other wooden one.
Rebel
they're-
Yell. What
when
is it
you're,
called now? It's
when
not
you're
Rebel
waiting
Yell.
Racer
for to
75.
get on that
Rebel
ride,
Yell, whatever.
you can see it bends when the coaster hits certain parts, and you're like, is it supposed to do that? Like it's moving the track, like the whole.
And the Rebel Yell goes forwards and back. And the reason,
Not anymore.
Yeah, it's just all both of them are forwards.
Fuck me.
Yeah, that's weak as shit.
so and the
Honestly,
reason
both
I
of
didn't,
those
I never,
need to be
I never got a
decommed.
problem with the name Rebel Yell because I just think Billy Idol,
Sure.
as
yeah.
I feel like most people do.
I think they renamed it. It's not that.
yeah,
anymore.
no,
It's
just
Racer 75.
something.
Okay, whatever.
Because it
Yeah.
was built in 1975.
I think we just showed more interest in talking about roller coasters than Final Destination 3. So
No, we already went into a
I
lot
know.
on Final Destination 3. But I was gonna say about the Grizzly is that I remember when last time I did ride it, I didn't notice it prior to that. There's one spot where if somebody in the inside car or seat has their hand up or arm up, depending on how long their limbs are, they will lose that appendage.
you talking about at the very end when
Where it's just
yeah.
this beam that comes out that's part of the structure that it won't hit the person on the outside. But if the inside person does this, and especially if they have long arms, it's gonna fucking take it. It's
Yeah.
done.
So, actually, Busch Gardens' new ride that they just opened has a height limit on it, like a height restraint on it, because they call it a head chopper, and literally,
damn.
I know.
Whoa.
So it's
Holy
like
fuck.
it's like a beam that's like close to the ride that looks like you're gonna hit it, but because of the like closeness to the track on this brand new ride that they just opened. I think you can't be over 6'4" if you want to ride this ride.
Well, that's eliminating a very, I think, small percentage of
I think so
humans.
too, but you know,
Oh, is it the new
Still,
new
you
one in
think they would
Ireland
have
or
figured
whatever?
that out?
Pantheon.
The Pantheon.
Yeah.
The one that took 3.5 years to open. Yeah.
Well,
that
COVID
one.
didn't help that.
Yeah, I have some feelings about it, but that's fine.
Apparently, can't
Like
tell.
I said, I'm a big roller coaster person also. So
Sounds like someone needs to start a roller coaster podcast.
there's enough of them out there, and honestly,
what?
like.
What the fuck? Hold on.
Like, but honestly, like, there's enough of them out there, but also a lot of like roller coaster people are one, dudes, and two, like, terrible. So I don't really want to
don't trust their
involved with
advice?
that.
Wow.
There's a lot of like really creepy kind of like really into younger girl kind of people in that
no.
community.
Think if I can find the
Like
right
I don't want to
partner.
shit all over the whole community
Yeah,
because
yeah.
there's definitely good people out there, but there's a lot of like really gross
some creepers,
people
huh?
in there. Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Oh.
like I like roller coasters. I like going to ride them. I like going on new ones, especially like but yeah, no,
I wouldn't tell
not
them
really
that.
interested.
I wouldn't tell
No.
them your grizzly story then.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
They might
exactly.
like, oh, geez.
Oh God, I've just
Could
told
you
it to
tell
so
me-
many people.
Can you tell me that slowly? Hold on.
I'm way
Where were
too
you
old for
sitting?
them. I'm in my 30s, so I'm way too old for them at this point.
Oh, that. Oh. Okay. Oh, wow.
Anyways,
That was darker than
That's-
anything that happened
yeah, I
on
was
Final
gonna
Destination. All right, so I guess unless anybody else has anything else they want to add to this fucking series of movies that exist,
I think they're fun.
They're fun.
They're
That's
terrible.
about- yeah, they're not good.
They're again junk food
Brain
horror
junk food.
movies. Yeah.
For
Fast
sure.
and the Furious of the horror world, people.
honestly, I think that's the best analogy I've heard for this series. I hadn't gone through and experienced it in a long time, and I could have passed on some of those movies.
You're welcome.
But I'm glad I got to see 5. Like, as a result of doing this, I got to see
But see,
5,
part of the
and
reason why I
that's my
think people
favorite one.
Love 5 so much is because you had to deal with 2, 3, and 4. I
mean,
swear.
yeah.
I swear.
And again, 5 doesn't mention the prior movies, so it's
you're not
kind of
remembered.
nice. And they're like,
But dude-
there's a way to trick death. Like they don't really figure that out. There's no photographs or fucking seating charts or anything really.
You can't tell me that that's not one of the reasons that 5 seems so good, especially if you watch them in order.
I mean, I am curious to know if I think I would have liked
you
5
watch
as
that one
much
first?
if
If you
I
watched-
hadn't
yeah.
watched.
I think if 5
3
was the
and
I
only,
mean, it's still my
before that.
second favorite, but I'm just saying,
if 5
like,
was by itself and it was the first one, yeah, I'd be fine with that. Like if that was just
no, I mean, if you watched 5 first and then went back and watched the other ones, would you know what I mean? Like, would 5
in
I
chronological
see.
order.
No, what's funny about that is I thought that's
maybe
might
in
have.
reverse?
I hadn't seen 5 till I hadn't seen 5 since I saw it in the theater till I watched it before this podcast. So I was thinking that was what would happen is that I'm going, oh, because the other ones suck balls, that 5 looks. But no, I legitimately was like, wow, 5 actually is well done. Like,
Yeah.
It's well acted, and I think that even though like the writing is real questionable in the entire series, but I think 5 is at least well acted and like has a fresh take on it. And I loved the twist in 5, which made it seem more like an actual well written movie.
we didn't even bring up. We brought the couple in there, but we have the where they thought they had to plan, which is take someone else's life and then you can you're good. And we have the black dude who accidentally kills the
Worker with a hook.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Lands on the hook.
what's awesome is you had the plane thing, and then they reveal, oh, actually, yeah, he would have died anyway because he had days to live because he had a aneurysm or something like that. And
Blood
then
clot.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then literally the engine goes. I appreciate that part too because
Yeah.
literally it's the quick reveal, and you're like, and dead credits. All right.
Well, the reveal of him saying like he was going to die anyway was pretty cool because that still didn't take care of his yeah.
And then
So you really just can't cheat death in these
now
movies.
I know it's for the benefit if when you saw it in theater with
Not
the
in 5
with
anyway.
3D, but I do appreciate you end the movie part 5, and then all it is clips of all the deaths.
Yeah.
Like from all the entire
what they tried to
series.
do in 4 because that was the final destination.
Yeah, with the
With the X-ray thing, where they
Yeah.
because all the X-rays are the different deaths from all the movies, and you're like,
in the opening credits. Honestly, like I think that's what pissed me off so bad about 4 was the opening credits were so good, and I was kind of like
and
pumped
remind
to
you
watch
about the
it.
deaths up to that point, and then
Yeah.
it's like weak as shit. You're
And
like,
I
why'd
was
you
like-
show us good deaths at the beginning of the fucking movie, reminding us, and then give us nothing?
but
Yeah.
then with 5, they're like, nope, here you go.
Yep.
Here they all are in color, not X-ray.
Well, you
Whatever
had that
the
blood
fuck.
effect because if you were in 3D, then you see the
Yeah.
death and blood's coming out your face. Yeah.
Mhm.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
All right. So that's going to wrap it up, but we are not done yet. And, there's always something else we do on these lovely full lengths. But before we get to that, we got to talk about what, Hunter?
What are the sponsors?
There you go.
Yeah.
You sound so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You've never asked me what we would.
Yeah, I'm tired of doing all the talking.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, we got to talk about our sponsors. First one being Amazon.com.
Yeah.
Just go to our links tab on GUIPodcast.com. You click on that Amazon link. It takes you to Amazon. You log in. You shop like normal. You can buy all these films on Amazon.com, as well as whatever other thing we've compared it to
Yeah, I was gonna
in
say.
this movie that's better than these films. Hell, even the Fast and Furious franchise is more fun than these. Honestly.
Oh yeah, but that's not. You know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, see? This is like, man.
I don't know about all of that.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, there's no gore.
I mean, you know how like inaccuracies just kill movies for me. We've talked
True.
about that on
Oh,
the
if
other
you're
one, and like,
thinking,
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. We just put our brain. We just take our brains
We
off,
just-
turn it off, watch the movie.
on the flagship, we've done several of them,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we always say that you do not think in a Fast and Furious movie.
No, you
because
can't.
You will hurt your brain.
is it 5 where they're driving down the plane runway for like 45
That's part
minutes?
6.
That's part
Oh,
6.
it's 6,
Oh no, and the
sorry.
newest one, they're in space in a car.
Oh, I haven't seen the newest one.
Oh yeah,
On
they're
purpose.
in space in a car.
Yeah,
That's a
they're
thing.
not space. We joked about it, and
Yeah,
then it happened.
It
so-
happened. We're like, they're going to go to space. Like 2 years before we literally watched the last one. We're like, oh, they're doing another one. Oh, they're going to go into space.
I would
Oh,
be
fuck.
happy if maybe the Final Destination people talked to the Fast and Furious people, and we got the most insane where all the characters live in Fast and Furious. All that insane shit happens. But people, as they should, actually die from the stunts.
Death's
And
all
that's
about
the way-
family.
And that's the way you do it. Yeah.
Death. It's all about family.
Dude, we just wrote it. We just wrote it. We did it. Man.
Spinning gold.
We did it. We did it.
Spinning gold. Anyway, the other link, the other sponsor on our links page right next to Amazon is TeePublic. That's where you click on that. It takes you to our TeePublic merch page, and that's where all the designs are for all the shows on the network, as well as just tangential fun designs that are just so GUI centric. Yeah, they came from one-liners, specific, just random shit.
There's so many. How was that? Like how
We're
many?
like,
designs?
we're almost at 50. We're like 48, 49,
Damn.
some shit like
yeah.
that.
And you can get that shit on anything: stickers, banners, shirts, sweatshirts, all kinds of shit.
Tons of shit. No
Tote
koozies,
bags. Nobody ever gets tote bags to the proper like.
Yeah.
Tote bags.
though. Tote bags.
You make it with the image on there. You could throw a bunch of shit in there.
You can get a double-sided for no extra cost, too, with the image on both sides.
Bam, tote bag.
Yeah.
I'm
the
gonna start
sales-
hyping up the tote bags. That's my objective.
Do it.
I want to increase the tote bag
Scotty's got
sales.
pillows because
Yep.
his face is on
Yeah, for
one.
me, tote bags.
See, if I had that pillow with Scotty, I would just fart on it all the time.
Take that, geek father. Giving you pink eye again.
That's how you get pink eye.
Yep.
That's how you get pink eye. And then you get on the totes. I'm
I'm
gonna
on
keep
totes.
bitching about no koozies.
Totes the most. Yep.
No koozies. I'm not even.
I know.
I'm just bitching about not having koozies.
We'll campaign for that shit.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. And while you're on GIPodcast.com, make sure you check out all the other shows under the network. There's something awesome for everybody. And now that that is done, it is time for
Stump the host.
all right. So we are back to being tied.
Shit. Pressure's
Shit.
on.
Pressure is on.
I don't think we're gonna. Somebody's coming out victorious tonight.
Well, yeah, or if we both get, if we don't like.
I've worked a
I
lot of
don't-
hours. I'm pretty tired.
Dude, I've been sweating all fucking day. Fuck you. I don't want to hear it.
And it's me, and I'm sorry. So the
Yeah,
questions are
it's
hard.
you. All right.
She has
So,
some kind of devious smile right now. Like
yeah. So
we
we
might
like
tie.
tied.
We might tie by
hiding.
not getting any of the answers. So
That's true.
There you go.
We've had 5 of those so far through all these where we just neither of us won.
Yep.
Well,
So-
I wrote 8 questions, so hopefully
Ooh.
We'll
right.
see. So you get to decide who goes first.
I will let you
Oh,
go
fuck
first.
me.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not a good thing.
All right. So Devin Sawa, who stars as Alex in the original Final Destination, also starred in this 2019 horror movie that was directed by Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit. Yeah, that's a real
the
thing.
fanatic.
Yes.
Yeah.
God damn it!
You're the only reason I
Absolutely.
watched that movie because you
I
decided to
absolutely
cover
know
it.
that because we covered that shit on my other
And that's
podcast.
why I know it.
Fuck, really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, you know how taunting that is? Because I'm like, I fucking know that.
But that's the only reason I watched it, because they just ramped it and raved
Yeah.
about it because it's so fucking terrible, and it is.
It's terrible. Oh, it looked good. I watched the trailer for it. It looked
funny.
good.
All right.
It's got some funny thing in
You
it,
know,
though.
there's discussions of Tropic Thunder. John Travolta really goes there, and that's all I'm going to say
Oh.
about it.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
he didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't get that from the trailer.
It's pretty,
Yeah.
pretty rough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna skip it. All right.
Or just listen to the Beautiful Disasters episode on it.
I was about to say, now that I know
Just
that you
do that,
did
yeah.
a podcast about it, I'll listen to that, and then I don't have to watch it. Although John Travolta does have the best haircut ever in that
Oh,
movie.
it's terrible.
Is
Yeah.
it the best? Yeah.
So good.
It's so bad.
so bad.
All right. AJ Cook, who stars as Kimberly in Final Destination 2, she's the main one, has a small role in this 2010 remake of a 1980, not 80s, 1980 horror film where two brothers kidnap and torture women to impress their mom.
Oh, Mother's Day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn it.
Okay. I'm so glad that you
I didn't
guys
know
are
that
getting these.
existed. There was a remake.
No,
of it.
there. I
There
remember
is
I
a
told
remake.
you. I told you about it, like. It might
I
have
knew
been
about
last-
the original, but I didn't know.
No,
there was a
I told
remake.
you about a year ago that there was a remake that we need to do because they got. I'm sorry. The trauma is so B level, but that movie is so hard. It goes so fucking hard, dude. It's like I spit on your
remake?
grave on steroids. No, the original.
Oh no, I know about the original.
Oh, the
That's what I'm
original
saying.
is so good.
That's what I'm
fucking
saying
rough,
is-
I
yeah.
mean,
How-
it's rough, but it.
No, but I mean, like, that's what
Yeah.
I mean, like, the violence and, like, the vengeance in that. It's like I said, I spit on her grave's, like, not even close to
Yeah.
Mother's Day. No, but I want to do a killer or filler on that.
All right.
You should,
Yeah.
yeah, because it's a remake. There's a lot of remake questions in here.
Oh shit!
It's like Scream 4, she had remake question.
I know.
Name some of the remakes they mentioned in Scream 4, yeah.
All right, you ready?
1-1.
Yeah, there we go.
Pressure's on.
Yeah.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead, your girlfriend, who stars as Wendy in Final Destination 3, was also in this 2006 horror classic remake with two other Final Destination premonition survivors, Kristen Cloak and Jan K. Cristello.
I don't know if I've seen this one.
You have.
No. Yeah.
You 100% have seen this one.
I was going to ask you to repeat the question just to taunt you a little bit more. if you
Okay,
don't get
yeah,
it.
it's fine.
All right. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who stars as Wendy in Final Destination 3, was also in this 2006 horror classic remake with two other Final Destination premonition survivors, Kristen Cloak, who was in the first one, and Jan K. Cristello, who was also in 3.
2006. The only one I can think of that came out in 2006 was Hills of Eyes, but I don't know. That's what I'm going with.
Are you deferring to Hunter then? Because Hunter looks like
I thought
he
I knew
knows
it, and now after hearing it the second time, I don't think I have it. But I was just going to say The Thing.
No,
So, what was it?
That was 2011.
I thought
Yeah.
so. Yeah, that's what I was worried
All right,
about.
so
Like
what,
shit.
what was it?
It was Black Christmas.
Oh, fuck! We did cover that. We covered all
I
three.
forgot she was in it. I forgot she was in that.
She
shit.
is in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
3 Final Destination
really bad
premonition.
remake.
Yeah. So many eyeballs.
Son of a
That's
bitch.
probably why you
See,
blocked
I thought,
it out.
I thought I had it, and then when you said the other names, I was like, "Fuck me, that's not it."
But no,
So-
all the other. Yeah,
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Good. That was good though.
All right.
Oh,
I
wonder what
here we go.
this
Here's
is. All
the
right.
opportunity.
Bobby Campo, who stars as Nick in The Final Destination. So again, our main guy.
Mm-hmm.
He also plays a teacher in this MTV horror television show spinoff.
Scream.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
Nice. See that or Teen Wolf, one of the two.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah, I was told that question was too hard, so I added MTV. All right. The completely amazing David Koechner, who stars as the boss Dennis in Final Destination 5, also stars in this 2012 3D sequel.
2012
Mm-hmm.
3D sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 2012 3D sequel.
Mm-hmm. Also, I'm pretty sure has been covered on here.
2012.
I'm like
3D.
pretty sure. Maybe.
Oh, Piranha 3D.
Okay, so it's Piranha 3 Double D.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it
That
up
is
to
a
you
tough one.
guys
Yeah,
if you're
that's a tough one. I
gonna.
mean, I said the wrong movie. The Double D is
I
the
would have.
sequel.
I would have said it though. So I would have
Okay.
said the same thing.
All
So
right.
I'll allow it.
All right.
Okay,
all
well,
right,
then
all
we're
right.
tied.
So then
Yeah.
2-2. All right.
Even though I could tell you who directed Double D,
Double
if that
D.
would be the tiebreaker question. Yeah.
I almost put also stars David Hasselhoff, but that would have given it away immediately.
And robot legs being raised.
Robot legs being raised.
I know.
So
So bad. There's so many deaths in that movie.
I
Though.
know.
Holy shit. That movie is awesome. If you're looking for something that's
we're
just
going
death
to
fest,
cover that.
there
yeah.
you go.
Because
Just
there
watch
was a
that
Piranha
movie.
2 from the original one, too, so that'd be good to...
There you go.
You mean
There
the
you
one
go.
directed by James Cameron?
Yes.
Yep.
Ugh.
I know.
Early
That's why I'm really curious about it. I
Early
want to see
Cameron.
that, the spawning.
Yeah.
All right. This 2010 3D sequel stars Chad Donella, who plays Todd in the original Final Destination film, and also Gina, who plays Carrie, who is Kevin's girlfriend, who died on the roller coaster crash in Final Destination 3.
10 3D remake?
2010. Not remake, sequel.
Sequel. 3D sequel.
God damn, they had a lot of fucking...
Bullshit.
Yeah.
They had a lot of fucking bullshit.
2010 3D sequel stars Todd from the first movie and Carrie from the third movie.
Ugh.
Oh, my... It's a sequel. I was going to say if it was a remake, I would know, but...
It's not a
No,
remake.
it's a sequel.
Which one was Todd again? Shit.
He was the guy who hanged in the bathtub when he could have just put his
Yeah.
arms down.
Oh, motherfucker. I'm going to hate this because it's on the tip of my
2010
fucking tongue, but
sequel.
I'm
What
drawing a
were we
blank.
making fucking
It's going to
sequels
kill
of
me
in
too because I
2010?
know... I remember it's
That
like,
was
oh, that
3D.
motherfucker was in this too.
Saw 3D.
Yeah.
Yes, he fucked
Final
that franchise.
chapter.
Yeah.
Fuck that franchise.
Yep.
Oh, I don't even. Oh,
Yep.
God, yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
They're both in that one. All
All
right.
right.
So it's still 2-2 then.
Mhm.
All right. So we're going to tiebreaker questions then.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, no, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I have 2.
That's right.
So we'll see. All right. Courtney B. Vance, who plays Agent Block, the guy who gets shot in Final Destination 5, also stars in this canceled too soon Supernatural TV show as George Freeman. Would you like me to give you the
Canceled too
network.
soon.
canceled too soon?
Supernatural.
Mm-hmm. Would you like me to give you the network since I put MTV in the other one?
Yeah, that's fine.
HBO.
Supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
Hemlock Grove.
No.
That wasn't HBO.
No. Mm-mm. Chance to Steal.
Supernatural. So I don't. I'm trying to think of what got canceled. That was because I watch a lot of HBO shows, so nothing's ringing a bell.
Yeah, I was gonna say the last one I can think of that got canceled too soon would be Carnival, but that's not it. So
It was Lovecraft Country.
that got canceled.
Yep.
That's-
One
yeah.
season and done.
That's news to me until
it's
now.
on the list. I haven't watched that one yet. Yeah, I didn't know it got canceled.
What's funny is I was really hoping when you brought him up, there's a movie, an independent movie he was in with Cameron Diaz called Last Supper. That I was really hoping when you brought his name, I was like, please make it that the
No.
question.
I never watched. It's on my list and on the HBO. I just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
It was good.
Shit.
It was
Now
a
that it's
little
canceled, I don't know
convoluted,
why-
but
I
it was
don't know if I wanna watch
canceled.
it now. It's
Yeah.
canceled. So.
Oh,
All right,
man.
another tie
this
question.
is it.
Jesus, fuck.
All
I don't
right.
get this. Does it mean we're tied still?
Yeah, it means we're tied. Tied.
All right.
Hallie Larder, who you called Sleepy Eyes.
Sleepy Eyes, yeah. Yeah.
Who stars as Clear Rivers in the original Final Destination and Final Destination 2, also manages to escape death in this 1999 remake of a horror classic. And it is a classic.
99
99 remake.
Of a horror classic.
Horror classic.
99.
In 99.
Oh.
And she escapes it.
This is going to piss me the fuck off because the only thing I can think of her in besides these movies is Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah,
She was also in that, yeah.
she was
Yeah.
also the 99 remake.
hmm
I don't know if we've covered this one yet. Have we covered it?
I don't know. Maybe not because it's. I'm like, do y'all want a hint? It's an older movie, obviously, because it's a 99 remake. So it's like classic movie.
Classic.
Oh, like classic.
Like classic.
Oh, like 30s, 40s classic.
Like Vincent Price classic.
Oh,
all right.
That's a big clue.
House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah.
God damn it. That's what I
was
was
a
trying to
big
put
clue.
it together. Son of a bitch.
Well, because there was the I remember the remake. Because wasn't Omar Epps in that shit too? Or
He was,
yeah. But it was they called it something else. It was like The Haunting or the.
No.
No.
That-
different movies,
different movie.
actually.
Oh,
The
okay.
Haunting is
The Haunting
also.
had Liam Neeson. That one had what the fuck's name?
But Omar Epps
that
was in it,
chick
right?
who like was the daughter or some kid.
She was in The
or something.
Conjuring
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
different movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, the House on Haunted Hill.
House on Haunted Hill, that was like the sleep study one where
It had
they
to
were
do-
like, if
was-
you spend the night, you get money.
Yeah.
the guy that owned the amusement park that would fuck
and
with
that's
people,
on
the
our list.
elevator ride at the beginning. I remember this. I
That's
just
on our
fucking-
list for killer fillers too.
Yep.
Along with Sorority Row.
Yeah.
And the House on Sorority Row.
Alright, God damn it. I can't believe I blanked on that shit.
Well, there you go. I'm so glad because somebody else told me those questions were way too hard. So.
Well, I mean, that last one was a little bit tricky.
Yeah.
A little bit tricky. So,
Son of a bitch.
well, you had Grace on one, so remember that. I'll remember that.
All right.
I feel like I've done that for you before too, but
I don't know. Does this put you up then?
yes.
Shit. I should have not been nice. I take it away. That double D doesn't count. I've never thought I'd make that statement. Anyhow,
Doesn't count. So yeah, by Hunter being gracious. Well, if not, yeah, you would have won.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have straight up won.
yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Anyhow,
I
Did
wasn't
this
rubbing.
happen the last time I was on
I
here,
think
too?
so.
I think this very same scenario happened last
I know
time
it was a
on here.
tiebreaker, and it was name the remakes that brought up, and my brain went to mush.
No, but I think you won that one, didn't you?
Nope.
Oh, I
No.
thought you
No, I'm trying to think.
I got to who could name the remakes,
Oh,
and
right,
they were
right, right.
mentioned in part 4, I believe. And
Yeah.
I got to a point where and you're like, and you've covered pretty much most of these, and I got 3 out, and then nothing.
Yeah.
And Steven got 4 out. So
Yep.
not that I'm bitter about it. Remember every part of it. So
He takes trivia way too seriously.
I get
do.
it. I'm also a trivia person, so
Yeah.
I get that.
But all right, that's it, folks. Thank you, Emily. It was awesome. Another
Thank you
great
for
episode.
inviting me back.
And if you want her, good play, sir.
I know.
Good
You.
play.
Yes. Good show. Good show. Sir. Good show.
No, you showed me grace. If I'd have done that without the grace, then I probably would. I think we need to go back to talking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more fun.
Yeah. Go fuck yourself.
All right, and everyone, until we talk to you again, embrace the madness.
Join us at GUIPodcast.com. In a world with too many reboots and remakes,
Two men will stop at nothing to make it even worse.
join Mike the Hobbit and Tondi as they play by their own rules while pitching new takes on some of your favorite and least favorite films and TV shows. What podcast would dare to bring this upon the world?
This is Smack My Pitch Up.
Hey guys, Scotty P here with Smash on your left. And we are the Geek Fathers. That's right, bringing all the trials and tribulations of being a geeky parent.
So welcome to our world.
And as always, join us.
Or cry.
Mike the Hobbit here,
Lowdown Brown.
inviting you to check out Geek Some of the Influence, a podcast that pairs booze with conversation with good friends.
And a little nerd culture.
We get a lot of colorful conversation out of our episodes, but it is here for everyone, no gatekeeping.
Always level up everything we do.
We'll punch up, never punch down.
Exactly.
So check out Geeks Under the Influence everywhere you get your podcasts and join us or die.
Shut the fuck up, Hobbit. Welcome to GUI Nights.
GUI Nights.
Yeah, I am Lowdown Brown. With me as always,
Mike the Hobbit.
this is the tangential side of GUI.
This is like so many of those other shows that has the after the show bit mixed with a little bit of Baywatch Nights, so it's a little sexier. It's a little bit after hours.
Also while tying it into the previous episode of GUI. So look forward to that too, because this comes out the week after the flagship hour-long episode.
So make sure to check out GUI Nights, and when you're done, you can
Go the fuck home. Coming straight from the mouths of madness, I'm Lowdown.
I'm FU Hunter.
Do you love horror?
We fucking do.
So this is a podcast dedicated to all things in cinematic horror. We're talking movies, television, composers, special effects artists. We're gonna fucking cover it.
So if you love horror,
Embrace the madness.
My name is Amy Bogard,
And I'm Mike the Hobbit.
and we are the hosts of Deeply Upsetting, where we use our expertise to answer your most upsetting hypothetical quandaries, such as what non-winged animal deserves wings?
And what body part deserves a secret mouth?
Which cryptid is the worst roommate?
These questions and more that plague you will be answered on Deeply Upsetting, available anywhere you get your podcasts and at GUIPodcast.com.
In a world of blockbuster movies, there's another dimension.
The dimension of schlock cinema. Join us at Beautiful Disasters on a journey into the fringe territory of B-movie abandon.
We review the flicks that are forgotten or underappreciated to give them a proper place in the annals of celluloid history.
I'm the Groots,
FU Hunter.
your guides at Beautiful Disasters. Come along with us for a fun ride. May
May the schlock be with you.